Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. Kind of excited about today. I'm going to start my new series. How would you shoot it? What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you 3 shots, and it's actually going to be a little more than 3 shots, but I'll get to that in a minute. And we're going to describe in the comments, you are going to describe in the comments how you would shoot that shot. Now, I've had some comments last week when I put this out if people would be interested. So right now I'm going to stick with that name change. I've had a couple people with some interesting names. I'm kind of thinking about it, but for right now I'm going to call it the How Would You Shoot It series. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take comments, the English you would use, how many rails and things like that, speed, how you would shoot a particular shot. And then what I'll do is I'll pick at least 2 scenarios if they are different, and I will show you that probably around the end of the week, or maybe a week, something like that, and I'll show you the results. So what I'm going to do is, so that you can always check back at this, or if someone is new to the channel or in the future subs to the channel, they can always go back and see the shots and the results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this video 1, because this is the first part of my new series. And then when I come out with the results, I'm going to come out with video 1 results. So then I'll come out with video 2 and video 2 results. So we can keep them together, okay? So again, I'm kind of excited about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 12 angles, starting with the bottom of the table, and I'm going to walk all the way around. I'm going to show you the shot. And what you will do in the comments, you will write what English you will use using a clock. Okay, now if you want to get real specific with me, which I hope we do, you know, for instance, let's say you would use 3 o'clock. If you would use 1 tip, a half a tip, 2 tips of 3 o'clock English, or, you know, 1 o'clock, you know, 2 tips at 1 o'clock, and I will attempt those shots and see what the results are, okay? Now, if we really want to get technical, at the end here, I'm going to explain how we're going to number the pockets, and I can do that real quick, and I'm going to do it again at the end. So, looking at the end of the table, here's the spot for a rack. So this will always be the end of the table here, okay? And I'll show you a better angle here in a minute. But the pocket up here, which would be, you know, your 1 o'clock, would be pocket 1. Your 3 o'clock would be pocket 2. Your 5 o'clock would be pocket 3. Your 7 o'clock would be pocket 4. 9 o'clock would be pocket 5. And your 11 o'clock would be pocket 6. Why that is important, because in the future, if someone would choose to bank the shot, okay, we're assuming we're going to use pocket 2, okay? But there are some people out there that may choose to bank this into pocket 6, or maybe run this down to pocket number 1. So I'm going to use this as the obvious pocket on this shot, pocket number 2. If you have a change, please address that in the comments for shot number 1. And this will be shot number 1, okay? So what I want you to do in the comments, you will comment shot number 1, English you're going to use, if you want to add tips in there. And if we actually want to get real specific, I actually have a code for the rails as well. Again, starting at 6 o'clock, looking up to 12 o'clock. This is pocket 1, this is pocket 2, so in between that will be rail A. And then we'll go to B. The bottom rail will be C, D, E, and your top rail will be F. So if you're going to be 3 rails, you can name those rails, not a big deal. If you're going to go 4 rails, you could name those rails. But we don't have to get real specific with it if you don't want. You know, just make sure that I understand. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the first shot that we want commented. I will do 3 today. The first one, well, all 3 of them have a 9-ball theme. Okay, this is 9-ball, but these are shots that come up in any game that we play. Okay, so the first one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry the camera around. I'm going to give you your 12 angles. And this was the one that I presented last week. We had some comments on it, but we weren't ready to kick off. So here's your first angle. You see the 8 ball here. And now that I see this, okay, so you can see the spot. So this will be pocket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Rail A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so if we want to get real specific. So again, I'm going to give you a number of angles. Walk around the table. You can see the 8 balls on the rail. Here's your straight on look at your 7 ball. You can see that I made the 6 ball and I left it a little short. I wanted to get on this side of the 7 so I could get down to the 8. Okay, here is the 9 ball. We're not going to worry about that. My question to you today is, how do I shoot the 7 ball to get on the 8? Okay, we don't have to finish this. We don't want to finish this to tell me how I'm going to finish the 9. But that just is in consideration, because what position do we want on that 8 ball? Okay, so again, I'm going to give you a full roundabout of this shot. Okay? As you can see your angle here. It's about mid-pocket. Okay? So what I want you to do here, again, in the comments for shot number 1, what English would you use? Are you spinning at 2 rails, 3 rails, 4 rails? If you want to, again, address the rails as A, B, C, D, E, and F. Again, pocket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It'll always be like this on every single shot. Okay? So I will have shot number 2 for video number 1 of how would you shoot it coming up in just a second. Okay, so here we are with shot number 2. So in your comments, shot number 2, what English would you use? Now this is where we need to know the pockets. Are you going to bank this into pocket 3? Are you going to shoot it into pocket 1? Are you going to shoot it into pocket 2? Are you going to bank it into pocket 4, 6, 1, 2, 3? You have to name the pocket, okay? Let me know the English. Our 9 ball, we're shooting the 8 ball to get on the 9 on this bottom rail. As you can see, everything is in a line centered, okay? I'll give you your 12 to 15 angles of this. 9 on the rail, center. You can see the position of the cue ball on the diamond. Center of the table. The 8 ball is on the spot. There's our front view. Dead straight. So, in the comments, for shot number 2, which pocket? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what English are you going to use, and what rails? Again, A, B, C, D, E, and F are you going to use to get on the 9 ball? So go ahead and leave a comment. I'll be showing you shot number 3 in a second. Okay, here we are with shot number 3 of the How Would You Shoot It series, video number 1. Now this was going to be a little challenging. The comments may be a little long here, but the situation is I broke, I ran, Just made the 6 ball, and this is what I'm faced. The 7, the 8, and the 9. The first part of this, how would you approach making the 7 ball to get on the 8? And then the second part will be, how are you going to pocket the 8 to get on the 9? Now I'm going to show you all of the angles. As you can see, the 8 ball is about 1.5 diamonds off the pocket number 3. The cue ball is dead center of the table. The 9 ball is about 1 diamond up from pocket number 6, right here. My 7 ball is frozen on the rail. I'll give you a look at it from this. So how are we getting from the 7 ball to the 8 ball and the 8 to the 9? Again, pocket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, rail A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, so please comment first on shot number 3. Which pocket you're going to pocket the 7, what English you're going to use, how many rails you're going to use, how are you going to pocket the 8 ball, in which pocket, and what English, and then finally, to win the game, which pocket are you going to pocket the 8 ball in? Okay? I want to get my subscribers involved. Want to get you involved? I think this is going to be fun. Take your time. It doesn't have to be done now. We can always go back. We can always go back to the video, check it out, and take your time. Go with shot number 1. Think about it. If you have a table at home, you know, try the shots. See what different Englishes you're going to use, or speed, or rails. If you don't have a table right now available to you, you know, think about how you would shoot the shot. Okay? So I appreciate it. I hope this is as fun for you as it is for me. I'm kind of pumped about it. So, you know, as always, thanks for watching. Please comment. Please give me a thumbs up, and have a good one.